Good morning children. In previous class, 10th class in NS we learnt about nutrition, the food supplying system now. In this class we will discuss about some keywords, very important keywords in the exam point of view. Let us discuss about that keywords in first lesson, nutrition. The first keyword in nutrition is autotrophic nutrition. First let us discuss about what is meant by autotrophic nutrition. Already we learned about autotrophic nutrition in previous classes. Now I repeat autotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition means it is a type of nutrition which occurs in green plants. It is a type of nutrition which occurs in green plants. In this process, green plants absorb CO2 from air, water from soil, light from sun, and they have a green color pigment called chlorophyll. With the help of these four, they can prepare their food. So they can prepare their own food now. So green plants are also called as autotrophs. Autotrophs. They absorb CO2 from air, water from soil, light from sun, and a green color pigment called chlorophyll. With the help of these four, they can prepare their own food material. So this type of nutrition is called autotrophic nutrition. Green plants are called autotrophs. Second one, heterotrophic nutrition. If you will take some animals, all animals, and some plants called as non-green plants, they does not have chlorophyll, so they cannot prepare their food. That type of nutrition is called heterotrophic nutrition. Such organisms are called heterotrophs. Why? Because they does not have a green color pigment called chlorophyll in them. That's why they cannot prepare food. That type of nutrition is called heterotrophic nutrition. Such animals are called heterotrophs, such organisms. Example, all animals and some non-green plants. In this heterotrophic nutrition, we learn three subtypes: holozoic nutrition, parasitic nutrition, saprophytic nutrition. In holozoic nutrition, where digestion takes place inside of the body. Example, already we learned amoeba and human beings and some other animals. In parasitic nutrition, we can find out two organisms. One is parasite and the other one is host. In this association, in this parasitic nutrition, parasite get benefit, host get loss. Example, already we learned parasitic nutrition found in Cuscuta plants. We learned. And the third one is saprophytic nutrition. Examples are fungi, mushroom. If you will take saprozoic nutrition, they depends on dead organisms or decaying organisms. They means here fungi and mushroom get food from dead organisms or decaying organisms. So this saprophytic nutrition seen in fungi and mushroom. Next one is chloroplast. What is meant by chloroplast? Already we learned in previous class. It is a disc-shaped structure present in green plants. It is a organelle only present in plant cell. This chloroplast helps to trap solar energy to prepare food in the process of photosynthesis. And also we learned about the structure of chloroplast. Chloroplast have three membranes: outer membrane, inner membrane, and thylakoid membrane. We learn. This chloroplast is the organelle which only present in plant cell to capture sunlight to prepare its food. Light reaction. In chloroplast, we can find out two types of reactions. This is called mechanism of photosynthesis. Light reaction and second one is dark reaction. Both are takes place in chloroplast. Already we learnt about chloroplast. No. Chloroplast have stalks like structure called thylakoid membrane. These thylakoid membrane stalk known as grana. Light reaction takes place in grana of chloroplast. This light reaction was discovered by Robert Hill. This light reaction was discovered by Robert Hill. So, stalks of thylakoid membrane in chloroplast known as grana, light reaction takes place in grana. What are the end products of formed in light reaction means oxygen, ATP, NADPH. These are the three substances which formed in light reaction. Oxygen was escaped into the atmosphere, ATP means energy, NADPH produced in light reaction. Second reaction which takes place in chloroplast, that is called dark reaction, takes place in stroma of chloroplast. There are two main regions in chloroplast. One is grana, colorful area, stroma, colorless area. This dark reaction takes place in stroma of chloroplast. This dark reaction was discovered by a scientist called Melvin Kelvin. Light reaction was discovered by Robert Hill and dark reaction was discovered by Melvin Kelvin, takes place in stroma of chloroplast. What are the end products formed in dark reaction? That is glucose. Glucose is the product which formed in dark reaction. Already we learnt about the formula of glucose is C6H12O6. So up to here light reaction, dark reaction, up to here mechanism of photolysis will be completed. Glucose will be formed. Glucose later converts into starch. This is the simple form of carbohydrate. Starch is the complex form of carbohydrate. Next topic, digestion. In heterotrophic nutrition, we learn three types of nutrition: holozoic, parasitic, saprophytic. In holozoic nutrition, digestion takes place inside of the body. What is meant by digestion? Let us discuss about digestion. Digestion means conversion of complex food molecule. Conversion of complex food molecule into simple ones is known as digestion. What is the necessity of digestion to all animals or human beings? Digestion helps to break down complex food molecules into simple ones. What is the reason behind this means? Animals does not have ability to produce energy from complex food molecules. Why? We know that. We get energy from food, no? Our body does not have ability to produce energy from complex food molecules. So, the complex food molecules must convert into simple ones with the help of enzymes. With the help of enzymes in the process of digestion. In the process of digestion, the complex food molecules converts into simple ones with the help of enzymes is known as digestion. Already we learnt about enzymes. Enzymes are chemical substances which released from exocrine glands which help to convert complex food molecules into simple ones, and also we learned enzymes released in the form of juices in human digestive system. Let us discuss about the parts of human digestive system. Already we learned human digestive system starts from mouth and ends with the anus. Let us discuss about the parts of human digestive system. Human digestive system, mouth starts from mouth. Mouth opens into oral cavity or buccal cavity. Next, esophagus. Next, stomach, duodenum, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, anus. These are the parts of human digestive system. Already we learned the length of human digestive system is 9 meters. The length of human digestive system is 9 meters. In that, only small intestine length is 7 meters. In human digestive system, starts from mouth and ends with anus, no. Now, in human digestive system, digestion starts from buccal cavity and ends with the small intestine. Where in human digestion where digestion does not take place means like esophagus, large intestine, rectum, anus. In these four parts, we cannot observe digestion in human body. Next, balanced diet. Next topic, balanced diet. What is meant by balanced diet? The diet which contain all types of nutrients. Do you know? Nutrients are very essential to our body for growth, bodybuilding, repair and production of energy. Intake of all nutrients in appropriate quantities is known as balanced diet. What are the nutrients? Required amount of carbohydrates, protein, fats, vitamins, minerals, water, some amount of roughages. If the food contains all types of these nutrients in appropriate quantities or sufficient quantity is known as balanced diet. Do you know balanced diet is differ from age to age, sex to sex and affected person to healthy person. Who will give information about the balanced diet? A institute called NIM, National Institute of Nutrition, located at Hyderabad. National Institute of Nutrition, located at Hyderabad, will give information about balanced diet. How much amount of food must be taken by person to person? That is called balanced diet. Next topic, malnutrition. What is meant by malnutrition? If you will not take balanced diet, if you will not take sufficient nutrient for long time, suffers with malnutrition. That is known as malnutrition. And also we learnt about some diseases in due to malnutrition. One is kwashiorkor we learned, and second one is marasmus also we learnt in previous class. Kwashiorkor is a African word. In English meaning is displaced chain. Kwashiorkor is a disease caused due to lack of proteins in our diet. So kwashiorkor is known as protein malnutrition. Marasmus. If the person does not take carbohydrates and proteins, that person may suffer with disease known as marasmus. So marasmus is a protein calorie malnutrition. We learned about the symptoms of kwashiorkor and symptoms of marasmus in previous classes. Again I repeat, kwashiorkor, body parts will be swollen, fluffy and moon shaped face, diarrhea, dry skin, less muscle development. Marasmus, it is a protein calorie malnutrition. Body parts will be thin and lean, and abdomen only will give swollen look, and person suffers with diarrhea, dry skin, less muscle development. And we learned another abnormality, that is called obesity, in previous class. Do you know, when you will take food more than required amount, may suffers with a problem, that is called obesity. If the person body weight have 10% more than the normal body weight, that person is maybe obese people. That person suffers with a abnormality called obesity. What is the reason for obesity? More food intake and less energy expenditure. How to control obesity? Regular exercise and balanced diet is the only solution to control obesity. And last one, nutrients. We know that nutrients are chemical substances very essential to our body for growth, bodybuilding and energy production. Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, roughages and water are under comes to nutrients. I will explain about roughages. Roughages are dietary fibers which helpful for easy movement of food in our digestive system. If roughages are absent in our diet, the person may suffer with a problem known as constipation. Nutrients can be classified into two groups according to their requirement. They are called macronutrients and micronutrients. Macro means which require large quantities. Micro means which require small. Both are required to our body, but some require large amounts, some require small amounts. What are macronutrients means? Carbohydrates, proteins or fats are macronutrients. Micronutrients are vitamins, minerals, some minerals. So here vitamins, already we learnt about vitamins was discovered by Funk. According to their solubility, vitamins are categorized into two groups: water soluble vitamins, fat soluble vitamins. Water soluble vitamins are B complex and C. Fat soluble vitamins are A, D, E, K. Water soluble B complex we learnt already. Fat soluble A, D, E, K. Next we'll discuss about next topic in next class. Thank you.